Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and we are here for another one-page wonder. Yay! We're using a 12 by 12 piece of paper today, and let me show you what we're going to make. So this one is again inspired by Julia at Camellia Crafts. She has some great projects on her YouTube channel, if you guys want to go take a look. But this one I used some really cute paper, and this is by Graphics Fairy, and most of these sheets are from one, I think it's Raining Cats and Dogs, but there's a few little pieces from their Well-Groomed collection, because you guys know I love dogs and cats. Most of them are dogs, but in the kit there's also some cats. So I've got a belly band on the front. We've got two big pockets. And the way I put this in here, let me show you. We've got a big pocket back here, and we have a big pocket here, but there's also a big pocket here, and I didn't really layer mine in there that well to show you that. So there's 1, 2, 3. This is a cute little notepad that Julia put in hers, and I just had to make one too. A belly band here, another pocket on the side, and then a pocket here. So again, fun. It's not too difficult, and I'm going to show you how you make it. Now, the folder itself is made with one 12 by 12 piece. The cards and things, there's a few of them that are made out of that 12 by 12 paper, but the rest is just extras. Okay, so let's get started. So I've already cut my paper, but let me just show you that this was indeed a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is cut the paper, cut 3.5 inches off. Okay, so you have a piece that's now 12 by 3.5 inches. Okay, and then you'll be left with this piece, and you're just going to cut 1 inch off. So you have a piece now that actually is 8.5 by 11. And she actually talked about how you can make this with just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Okay. But you won't, you then just need to use some extras to make a few of the belly bands and pockets. So I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll do that too. But the little piece you cut off is 1 inch by 8.5. All right, so I hope that was clear now that I rambled. So you cut off a 3.5 inch section. So you have a 3.5 by 12. The next section, you just cut 1 inch off to leave you with 8.5 by 11. Okay, we are going to use these, so we're going to set them aside. We do need to do some scoring, and I'm going to use my scoreboard. You can measure yours and fold it, or use a ruler or something like that if you need to. Okay, we are going to score at 3 inches. 3 inches, not too hard, and 7 inches. I'm just kind of making sure I got that on there. Then we are going to turn the paper. So I had mine facing the right way. Mine is mostly a pattern, but this does say Raining Cats and Dogs. Some things are going to be upside down. You'll see in a minute, but I think we can make that still work. 3, 7, turn it. So this would be like the bottom now, but we're going to score on this short side at 3 inches as well. Okay. So pretty easy scoring. I will put these measurements in the description for you guys so that you have it, how you cut your paper and how you score it. Okay. Now I'm going to just very carefully start folding along these score lines and just make sure everything lines up. So the other thing to decide is, do I want this green to be the outside or the plaid? And I do think I want the green to be the outside of my little folder. So I'm going to fold it this way. All right, so across all of the scores. There we go. All right, so we're getting there. Okay, now, you gotta remember what I did. We are gonna cut this square out. So again, if you have it folded up, and you'll see this is the side that has 3 inches. Ooh, 3 inches, yeah. We're gonna just cut out this entire square. Now we are gonna use this to make a pocket, so you wanna cut neatly. Cut out the crease, if that makes sense. So I'm cutting to the right of it. So this piece left doesn't have any of that kind of mushy paper in there where I folded it. So cut the fold out. Maybe that's the better way to say it. On both sides carefully. So you're left with that. Okay. And then I am going to even trim that folded part off of this piece while I have it in my hand. Okay. So now you have a square like that. Okay, what is the next thing? Okay, this is going to be the pocket up here. And the way we do that is we're going to angle this so we have an angled pocket. And I find it easier. Let me put a little ink on here and hopefully you guys can see this on the camera. We're going to just draw a diagonal line from this corner here. Now you can also, I think the way she did it is she showed you to fold it over this way, and you can do that. It's just my paper is really thick, so I'm going to use that to help me know where to draw my line. And this is just so that we can cut this triangle off, because this will become an angled pocket, and then this will become the little triangle pocket that's inside on the actual folder. Okay, trim that up. So this is going to become a pocket. So now we have a few things. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to add some ink again. So hopefully you can see where I'm cutting. Okay, we are going to cut that out. This is going to become 2 pockets, and you need that out of there so that it folds up neatly. So I'm cutting just to the right, as straight as I can, and just to the left of the little fold, just like that. See it? We're cutting it out, and we're going to then just snip it off. Okay. So now, hopefully, when we go to fold this, it will lay nice and it won't have all that extra bulk in there. Okay, we're doing great. We're almost there. Now, if you're like me and you want to ink, you want to go ahead and do that now before you start gluing everything together, or at least ink the pockets where it'll be harder to get to once they're glued down. Ink to this one, and I'll ink around the edges later. Okay, so we're first going to glue this pocket down, and honestly, you probably don't have to if you just glue these, because we're going to turn this into a pocket, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue right there. Now, I wouldn't add glue here because that'll really limit what you can slide in this pocket. If you leave the side open, you can fill up the whole section there. That made sense. Okay, and now on these 2 pockets, we're just going to add glue here and here, and then we'll add glue here and here, and we'll have 2 pockets. So I think this one has a big impact, you know. I like it. It looks really cute. I think it would look good with really any paper you choose. I just had some of these pieces left from the Graphics Fairy paper that I love. and I thought they would be a great gift for a friend coming up. But I think they would be really cute with any paper, and it looks a little more involved than it really is. So I like this one a lot, and I hope you guys will too. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know. Okay, leave me a comment. All right. Now, if you made this with an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you would have this and you'd have these two pieces left. And I think I am going to make one like that. So now what I want to decide is, do I want my pockets to have the plaid up or the green up, because this is going to be this side pocket here. This one I'm definitely going to do the plaid, and I'm hesitating on this one because I'll show you why in a second, because we're going to put that belly band on, and I may want the belly band to be showing in the plaid. Okay, so I just added glue to the two sides to make this a little pocket here. And then when I put this one on, it's going to be a side load. So again, the question is, do I do that? Or do I do this? Because we're going to use this slip here, or this strip. Slip, it's a slip of paper. It's 1 inch by 8.5. And it is going to be a belly band, either, you know, the same paper, right? Without a lot of contrast, or it'll have the plaid across the front. And whichever I decide, because it's going to wrap around this way, where to have the little belly band on the inside too. So knowing that, I am going to glue this pocket. I'm just going to add some ink, so hopefully it'll stand out a little bit, and go with that. And you know what? I didn't put a thumb notch in the other one, I don't believe, but I'm going to on this one, just to maybe make it stand out even a little bit more. We'll have a little thumb notch. Okay. And it would probably help if I put a little more ink on my ink dauber. Okay. I say okay a lot, don't I? All right, I'm going to hold my pocket by the side I want to leave open. Okay. And then we're going to stick it down. And again, that's easy. Now, and I'll do another one, maybe just a really quick one on another video showing you make it. I mean, if we just had an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, we'd be done. That would be it. And then if you want to do these other elements, just get out some scraps or some other paper to do that. But if you started with your 12 by 12, you have the other pieces. So we'll go ahead. Now this is, like I said, is going to be a belly band, and we'll decide where we want it positioned in a minute. But I found the easiest way to do this is just to line it up, the top of the belly band, at the top of the little folio, and just fold this around. Okay. Now I'm going to only fold it around the portion, not the whole folio. I want the belly band on the inside too. So isn't that cute? And I think it probably makes more of a difference of where I want on the inside. Do I want it completely centered? Do I want it centered on this pocket? Where do I want it? I don't know. I kind of like it here. Almost centered. Okay. So I just randomly decided where I wanted it. You can decide on yours. So I hold it with this finger just because I think it makes it easier. And I'm going to add glue just to the top there. Now you do want to be careful not to let that glue squish over into your pocket and close up your pocket. There we go. Mine is still open. And same thing here. When I put this one on, I needed to be careful. Okay. Now, on the front, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add glue right here to the strip. Bring it up. Isn't that cute? All right, just give it time to grab a hold. All right. Fun. Now with this last piece, this is where we're going to make like a journal card. And if you want to make that little pad of paper, this is what you're going to use to do that. You could also just make it into different journaling cards. All right. Because there's not a lot going on with, you know, I don't know what is the word I'm trying to say. With the paper, like here's some of the scraps that I have left from this kit. This has a lot more interest. I might want to end up layering something on there for my journaling cards. These are some of the cards that just came with the kit. Aren't they cute? Home is where my dog is. I agree with that. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to do a 5-inch journaling card. This is a 12-inch piece of paper. So if I cut 5 inches off, then I will have 7 left, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Math, Pam. All right, I'm going to mark this at 5 inches to then cut it because my little trimmer here on my desk is tiny and doesn't even go all the way to 5 inches. Okay, and you make yours whatever size you want as long as it'll fit in your folio. There we go. And then this one, whatever we decide to do to decorate it up, right? It should fit nice in this pocket, and it does. It's a little hard to see with all this plaid and green going on, but there you go. And we can ink it. You can change that, you know, round the corners if you want to. There's all kinds of things you could do to that. Okay, and then for the little pad of paper, all she did, okay, so what I noticed is because of how I glue these pockets, this one is a little too thick to go in here. This one you had some extra because it folded over this back pocket. There was just more room. This one I found I had to trim off a little bit to make it fit in nicely. So I'm going to do that. So instead of it being 3.5 inches wide, I'm going to try about 3 1/4 and let's see how that does. Yes, see, that slides in much better. It's still a little, it's not going to go, you know, wiggle too much, but you're going to be able to put it in there. And then once I have it in my pocket, I didn't really pay attention to the measurement on this, but I want to fold it over at about where the top of the folio is. So what is that? That was 1 3/4 inches for my little flap. And it fits in there nicely, don't you think? Okay, and again, decide which side of your paper you want showing. Go ahead and crease that. And then I've made these before, like little scrappy pads or whatever, and you can put whatever kind of paper you want in there. I have a little bit of this ledger paper sitting here on my desk. I didn't prepare this part of the tutorial, but in case you haven't made scrappy pads before, real quick, I'll kind of show you what I do. I use this to help me see about what size I want the paper. This is almost the right height if I want them long. Or I can get 2 skinny ones. We'll do that. And it doesn't have to be even just writing paper in your little scrappy pads. I'm going to get a little more bang for my buck by bringing it down some. You know, we could use a few sheets of this, and I'm going to go over to my scrap bin and pull something out. That's a Christmas paper. I probably don't want to put a Christmas paper in there, but we'll grab a book page and some other offcuts. Okay, so like this is, again, just a little bit of copy paper in this kind of, I don't know, is this like a taupe color? I don't know. We'll do one like that. And here's a book page, which will be cute in here. It's a little thick, but we'll get it to the right length and then chop it off. Or tear it off. I'm not chopping, I'm tearing. So it's just a nice little element. So whoever is using this little folio can have some writing paper, but then also maybe some papers to collage with or use in another project, whatever. Decorate a little bit with. Now I'm just eyeballing it. Let's see, did that one fit in there? Yes. Okay, so you get my idea that it doesn't have to be, you know, just like the ledger paper. So I'm going to stack these together. They're kind of all cattywampus. See, I kind of want to show that we've got a variety in there. There we go. Now, let's make sure they fit the way I have them layered. Yep, and I can bring them down just a little bit. And I'm going to staple them. You're not going to see the staples. There's different ways of doing this, right? But that'll get us going quick. And then if you don't like the staples back here, mine are kind of sticking out funky. One thing you can do is cover this with another piece of paper, a piece of ribbon, something like that, especially if you're worried about the, you know, the staple grabbing your finger or something. So I have a few strips. So how about if I put the umbrellas on here, because I can't get the complete home is where my dog is. So we'll just glue this on back here. And again, this part isn't necessary, but I kind of want to cover up those staples a little bit. There we go. And then on the front, I'm just going to glue this down like that. And again, these are cute, like if you want to round the corners, or if you want to, I actually meant to put the glue up here and to leave this free. Again, it doesn't really matter, but I kind of like having the, so you can get up to a little bit more of the paper if you want to tear it off. And we can decorate here as well, right? Like we could put whatever kind of embellishment that you happen to have. I'm just, again, grabbing a few of my scraps. I think on the original one, I put a strip across here. But we'll just glue this on, so you get the idea. And it's cute. You could do if you have stickers, whatever. And look, that fits right in there. How cute is that? And then now really all that's left is to decorate it. You know, I decorated the front, made a journal card. I'll just show you. If I'll use the cards that I made for this one. They should work. So you get the idea. Because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that right now. This is so sweet. Love changes everything. And then we'll put this one in like this. And like this, right? That gives us a little more contrast. Now it has to, and it shows you it'll hold quite a bit. And I used a scallop punch on that one. And I think on some of these I rounded, like there's the scallop punch again. I did a few different little things. Okay, so it's cute, it's fun, these come together pretty quick. I love them, and I hope you do too. And I hope you'll make one. Everybody have a great day until next time. Thanks.